The packs are humongous. This might actually thought this was going to be rather quick. There's just a lot of packs here. They have a lot of different designs. It looks like at least 4 of them. Seems to be like this, and the shark, the lion-looking thing, this pirate man, and this mermaid lady. So let's go ahead and just open them up. All right, we got Saber Kalos, Bone Tops, Dagger Angel. Looks really nice. Nightmare Night Gaunther. We got Radiant Pyramid Triad, Power Boost, Enchained Arena, Carmelian Whip, and Warhammer Gordon, Wonderland Pumpty Dumpty. Interesting. We got ourselves the Flame Plume Beak. These all look like they might just be commons. I'm trying to look at this symbol because I thought this here was going to tell me the rarity of it, but it seems like not the case. So it says common there, and this is a rare apparently. Okay, sure. And this is what, ultra common? I don't understand. We'll have to take a look at the box to figure that out. We've got ourselves the Sleepless Guardian Frost Tiger. Looks really cool here. I'm not even gonna bother reading the text because I have no idea how this game is played. I just know it has a lot of like little things, like little I won't say marbles or like gems that you play with. That's all I know. Then we got ourselves our 1 token, which is an Ant-Man token. The only thing I will say, I kind of wish it followed the Digimon pattern of just like having the full art, but it seems like there's a lot going on here that they needed to do it this way. We got ourselves a Rock Golem, a Scartooth, that looks pretty nasty, Goral Snake, another Dagger Angel, another Enchained Arena. We got ourselves Angela Fish, that's pretty funny. We got ourselves the Magical Light, another Gordon. Got ourselves a Diamond Sanctuary, interesting. We got ourselves the Standard Bearer Merry Flame. This looks pretty cool. We got ourselves a Dragolem. We got ourselves a Plant Trap. So I guess maybe UC is like a common that's like foil, maybe. And then our token is a Golem token. Yeah. Mechnia Griffin, Iron Ham, and Oswald. Fireplume Beak yet again. Tripedal Bat. Okay. We've got Provocation, which I guess is some kind of magic card. Gal Lake. That is a crazy looking thing. We got ourselves the Palace of the Serpentine Cult. Okay. Got ourselves Sheeply. All right. Dimensional Rift. Lampcore, Battleox, Polyodinos. Looks really cool, actually. And then we got ourselves Imperial Black Dragon Dark Worm. Cool. And another Ant-Man token. Break Burst, Wachino. Okay, that looks pretty interesting. I got ourselves Android Welland, Oaken Spirit Duark. That looks really cool, actually. I like his design. We've got Rapid Rule. All right. Then you turn all of your spirits that cost 2 or fewer cannot be blocked by your opponent's spirits that cost 5 or more. Kind of understand what that means. That seems kind of good. We've got ourselves Coolibri. Can barely, even like myself, I can barely read the text that's on there. I got Force Charge. Wind Tiger Tigard, okay. And then the Amethyst Sanctuary. I always have trouble saying that word. Ooh. Vampire Duke Vladimir. Pretty cool. Like vampires and stuff. This is really cool. Wonderland card Griffin or Griffin. I think it's just Griffin, right? I don't know. But that looked really cool with like the cards coming out of it. Ooh, she's really pretty. This is the Mermaid Princess Lyrica. It's really pretty. And then our token is a mecha token here. Deep Sea Fanatic. Really pretty art there. Hollow Beast Champborg. Werewolf Lupgar? Okay. Like vampires, not so much werewolves. We got Wonderland Cheshire Cat. Never knew how to say that. I might like these Wonderland cards. Maybe I'll keep them. We got Shield Soldier Boulder. Rock Pillar Aquapolis. Usually when you think rock, you think like weak to water because of Pokemon. But anyways, both hands. All right. A lot of mean potential with that card there. This looks really nice. Impulsive Pilgrimage. Or Impulsive Pilgrim. Not Pilgrimage. Blue Lizardman Pilgrim. We got Pilgrim cards. All right. Sure. We got a Golem Constructor. We got Valkyrie Hilder. The art on this looks really different from the other ones. Got another sheep. And then we got ourselves our Golem token. Tornada. Another Knight Gaunter. A Yojimbo. Hey everyone, how's it going? Let's go ahead and see if CFA updates in time. So usually we do these streams where Tuesday we do the I don't know, theory crafting, testing streams or whatever, and then Thursdays ends up being Deer Days. But it looks like we're gonna have to do the opposite going further, because it seems that now instead of updating on Tuesdays, they're updating CFA on Wednesdays. Which, I mean, whatever, you know, they gotta do what they gotta do, right? They got a life. But it just means, you know, I can't do the streamies on Tuesdays anymore. Which kind of sucks, or at least this kind of stream, so I'd rather it didn't. Well, I feel like you were going into labor. What? What? Anyways, so let's go ahead and change the. I mean, you guys aren't gonna see it. I slightly changed things up, but I don't think you're gonna see it. I think I have this, like, I always have this cropped, and then I uncrop it, and then it just like recrops itself. I never understand how that happens, to be honest. Let's go ahead and add ourselves an image. One of my patented curly-haired douchebag pink frames. That is not what I want to do. I want to do shift. There we go. Put that like there. That should be fine for now. Alright. So anyways, let's go back. Let's take a look at the deck editor. As you can tell, when I go to Dragon Empire and I go to Great Forest, we only have Magentembu. We don't have the other one. So make a super old deck from OG era around the time of the retrospective videos. I've funny story. If you allow me to go on a small tangent. Originally, when I was doing the retrospective videos, it was going to be all encompassing. So it was going to be, I was going to talk about the cards and the set and the decks and all that stuff that people were playing. I was also going to talk about the anime. You see that a little bit in the first episode when I was just like, when I mentioned the anime a bit. And then the second one, I just don't anymore, right? And then third, it was actually going to have like a fight in it as well. So it's going to be like super encompassing, super long as well. But yeah, it was going to be a fight. We're going to talk about the anime up until that point, and then do a fight. Did I say fight twice? Cards, anime, fight, right? Yeah, basically mukbang. It was going to be a mukbang of everything card fight from that era. But then I thought, you know, it'd be pretty cool if like Bushiroad picked up on these videos and like maybe, I don't know, shared it or like whatever the case. But if I put CFA in it, then they're not gonna like that. Obviously, because it's an unofficial simulator. So I was like, all right, I'll cut out the fight part and I'll just do the cards in the anime. And then I was like, that feels kind of weird. So then I just took out the anime altogether. And I'm planning on doing, at this point, I might as well just save it for the new year. I'm planning on doing like fights, but from that era. So we're gonna go all the way back, have a fight with like the trial decks, have a fight with cards from set 1, but it'll be like its own video. And you know, the second idea I had was to have 3 different videos. So like that week that the retrospective video comes out, it'd be like the retrospective, an anime like review or whatever. I hadn't really decided, and then a fight. So instead, it's gonna just be the retrospective, a pack opening, hopefully if I can manage to get the set, and then maybe a fight once we catch up. But hey, Saxy, how you doing, buddy? We should totally make the Dino deck. There's actually already some, I guess we can do that in a bit before I jump into this, but there's actually already some listings in Japan, people trying out the Dino deck, so we can take a look at that if you guys want. Everyone's going to Dudliff, and yeah, pretty hype. I'm glad that I'm gonna have the chance to go there. Dino deck is cool and like a real deck. Sure. Something else, call someone and have an OG era match. That's the problem, is that like it's not like Yu-Gi-Oh! Where like you're alive. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Saxy. It's not like Yu-Gi-Oh! Where like everyone can kind of be like, oh yeah, I played around that time, I know what Dark Magician is, I know what, you know, cards are, I know Wall of Illusion, you can use Wall of... Like, no one really has that understanding about Vanguard, right? Which is part of the reason I'm doing the retrospective series. So, for me to, like, get someone that I know, at the very least, to build a deck from that era is very difficult. Especially considering that there's, like, not an easy way to do that, at least in, like, CFA, to be honest with you. Because if I go to, like, Kagero, and let's say we go to grade 1s and we do it in, this is alphabetical order. For some reason, Amber Dragon is always first, right? So this is, I think, alphabetical order. Then if I do it by the order that it came out in, it doesn't actually do it in the order that I came out with, which is really annoying. Because set 1, this is set 2. Set 1 is like here, right? So it's not actually in order. So it's just kind of annoying. If there was like some sort of filter that you can use or something in CFA, it'd be more likely. But to tell someone like, one, I know you only play current Vanguard, build an old ass deck, figure out what the old ass cards are, and then know how to play it is probably asking for too much. At least for most of the people I know. So how goes it? It's going pretty well. Stream is gonna take a completely different turn than what I planned because this app hasn't updated. So we'll see what we can do. Have you been interested in the new Mana Moon releases? I bought some of the stuff. I've been trying not to buy any of it because I just have too many sleeves and shit and mats. But I actually have, I can show you this because it doesn't show my address. I actually have this box that I haven't opened, which has all the hero stuff, the Hero Academia stuff that I finally got. That I was half considering like doing an unboxing video, but I don't know if anyone would give a shit about that, especially because you can't even buy it anymore. But I just haven't opened it because I just have nowhere to fucking put it. I keep buying all this shit from her, and then it comes like a year later, and then within that year I buy like 50 different things, and then it's just like, fuck, where do I put? I have like 100 mats. What do I do with this? So, oh well. Only making a deck, having zero idea what you're doing is the appeal. Yeah, but not everyone's into that. That's the problem. Like, I'm into that, but majority of people aren't, is the problem. Which is why majority of people don't even deck build, right? So, it sucks because the only peeps who know about the OG era are like 74-year-olds. Yep. Confirmed. I've tried for the longest to hide my age, but, you know, it's... the truth has come out that I'm 74 years old. I look pretty good for 74 for the most part, but yeah. Can we work by eras by going up to like set 5? Yeah, but like I said, it's just really hard to like actually do that. I've done something similar with some friends and just look at the product page on the official website. That's exactly what I've been doing. When I try to figure out decks to do for the video, I just have to look at the official product page, which is just kind of annoying. There's like a Vanguard progression series that's actually going on. I think it's by Immortal Blank. And then he said that he apparently made a site
for people to like pull packs, so it's similar to like the one that they use for the Yu-Gi-Oh videos. I've used it, I just don't remember what it's called. So if it was something like that where you can like open specific packs, get specific cards from a specific set, then it would be a lot easier to like deck build. Or if this had a filter where you can filter, or if Decklog had a filter by set like it does for Shadowverse, then we can do something like that. But otherwise, it's a little difficult. I would have to like build the decks myself. So, giving you the IOC box next week during work. Yeah, I was gonna message you. I have 2 things that I've been meaning to give to you as well. So we'll do a trade. Can't buy what? I'm just not buying more. I don't want to buy more accessories, more card game mats and sleeves and stuff. Nice Grouse Lift Push in the background. Yeah. He usually gets knocked down. So I'm glad he actually showed up for once. When literally every Yu-Gi-Oh YouTuber was doing progression challenge, they made the idea. Like me, I mean, I don't think I did it. I did it kind of late, I think, but I don't know. Progression Zero was awesome, especially considering the time it came out with, in terms of it was during the pandemic. So you couldn't do usual content because you couldn't go outside to locals or anything like that. So it was like the perfect storm. And I think it's really fun. It's really awesome to like learn from that kind of stuff. I always wanted to do that with, again, for Vanguard, but it's just not that easy. Unless I code a website or steal the fucking like reverse engineer CFA to add the things that I want, or like talk to the Russian guy that I think does CFA to let me on the team or whatever. There's not much that I can do. Sealed Only 2 killed the concept quick, but the thing is, I don't watch any of those videos. So like, it hasn't killed it for me. I still think it's dope, but I have heard the sentiment that it was just kind of done to death. I should have learned how to do cupcake remixes during the pandemic. I don't even know if she was a thing back then, but all right. So yeah, I'm 100% down for doing that stuff. It's also really hard to find people to do that with. Like I said, in a new year, I'm gonna try and do that, where we go back for each of the videos, the sets that we cover, like we'll have a fight for it. But it's just really hard to find someone to do that with. I was originally gonna do it where I would like bring on a different person each time, so it was almost like my version of Hot Ones, where I would bring on a different person from the community to play really old Vanguard with. But it's just really hard finding the right people to do that. But I'll figure something out. For now, I know you guys want to get your Dino DNA going and whatnot, but you know what? Fuck it. Fuck Shiranui. He can go fuck himself, bro. I'm sorry that anyone actually came to watch Shiranui. It's not here. There's nothing I can do. It's not in TFA yet. They fucked us, right? So he can go fuck himself, honestly. We're gonna build the Dino dude. We're just gonna play with dinosaurs today. I'm sorry. That's what we're gonna do. I don't feel like proxying 4 different guards in CFA right now. I was hoping he was in here, but he's not. So we're just gonna throw in Dino dude. Let's read what this thing actually does. I just know it retires and it has like engorge and like call stuff, but she released. What a great title. People who would, if Shiranui, a lot of people who would fuck Shiranui in an unironic way, probably y'all. You Vanguard players are so weird sometimes. Oh, you card game players are so weird sometimes, but the Vanguard ones are sometimes on a whole nother level. The Yu-Gi-Oh ones are pretty bad, but I was reading the card. That's what I was doing. I was gonna go straight to the right deck, but I need to know what the fuck this dude does. Actually, before we do that, actually, let's take a look at the Japan list. How about that? Because there's already some list in Japan. By that I mean like 2. So let's go ahead and take a look at that, right? I could go into it blind, but it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. That's pretty cool. I guess you take a look at. Show you guys what I'm seeing here. Nope. So it's this one, right? Yeah. There we go. That's a nice little pie chart. I know we hate pie charts that aren't one color, but that looks kind of nice. Let's just go here. Dragon Empire. It's nice that they've added like spacing between everything. It's such a mess to find stuff. So we actually have 3. I lied. I thought it was just 2. And they're all relatively the same, to be honest. They all use the Buff Sagra line from what I saw. Buff Sagra line and Buff Sagra line, which I guess is fine. I don't think there's really any good options, so fine. They all use the not Brachioforce, but Tribash, I think, from what I remember. Yeah, this one's Tribash. This has this. This one uses this, which is interesting, which kind of makes sense because you play the Barrel Dignio. This grade 1 I thought had a lot of potential. So I think that's gonna be really good in this deck. I don't know why they're running the Eugene dinosaur though, or turtle, I should say. That one's kind of odd. But in general, yeah, it's kind of the same list. Crits draws, yeah, they're actually running Dino draws, which is kind of funny. I don't know if that's really a requirement. Yeah, this might be the same person that did these both lists, but that's funny. They are running the Brachioforce, which is interesting. They're running this Blitz order, which, you know, it's just a good Blitz order, but it happens to fit thematically. So that's kind of interesting. One Gem Cat, that's kind of lit. I like that. I like Gem Cat. I like Gem Cat a lot, to be honest. The Dino deck with Saga Ride Line, hidden talents that don't suck. But Saga Ride Line seems so lame and boring, to be honest. Dino Dragon, yeah, that's what I was gonna do after we took a look. I just wanted to show you guys the list. I looked at it like maybe even just yesterday or something like that. Muscle features, they all look the same because they're exactly the same amount of non-crap dinosaurs that are work for the most part. Yeah, there are other ones actually that they're not playing, which I'm a little bit shocked that we'll talk about, but this might just be like 2 people, and I think these 2 are the same people, but we'll see. That's an interesting Final Fantasy map. It's a nice fucking ass you got covered there. Okay, buddy. Eugene Dino is one of the best cards in the deck. Once you figure it out, the stand effect isn't main phase locked. Oh, because you can restand it. Oh, right, because it retires, and I think after you retire something, it restands. Okay, and it gets like 2k. Okay, fair enough. I think it's the Marin of the Dinos. The Dino Draw trigger is so based, even though it's not necessary. Yeah, I don't understand why they're playing it. Because I don't think you need to specifically eat a dino. You just have to call one out, right? So, alright. Let's jump back to CFA. What do we have for ride lines? What can we play for ride lines that do anything? The Eugene line, I don't think that does anything. Does the new grade 1 do anything? He just says, if rode upon by the grade 2, you draw if your opponent has no rears. That's not half bad. Then this is not half bad. No, it's an act. Never mind. I thought it said, I read it wrong. I thought it said, like, if you retired, you can call him out. But never mind. I think mats can have some weird arts. I mean, English ones can too, but yeah. I know what you mean. Basakura. D has no generic ride lines. Basakura line is good value. Yeah, but that's so boring, Eck. Don't you know I'm a man of flavor and culture? I don't like this boring ass efficiency crap. I play Barrel Magus. I don't give a shit about efficiency. I just want to go burr and have fun, bro. So let's see. This lets you get a grade 1. PG. Tamayura doesn't do anything for you. Eugene doesn't do anything for you. This is the only one that does anything, but the grade 2 sucks ass. Gandiva line. Yeah, I was thinking Gandiva too, but I had to read what it does again. So there's only when you ride in a Halm, which kind of sucks, which makes sense. Otherwise, it'd be used other places. Wow, that really it? Could have swore we had like 50 ride lines in this nation, but I guess not. Shows Doji, unless you play stealth, doesn't do anything. Gandiva is it, right? Because this is locked to everything has to be Narukami, so that doesn't count. So presumably, that new like I think it has like a giant sword or whatever deck in the triple booster that should be generic to an extent, because they could really use something. So let's see, where's the Gandiva grade 1? I think it's just like if you don't have rears, you ride without discarding, which is pretty good. That's pretty much the same exact value without the tech thinning. But then the grade 2 does nothing, which is a bit unfortunate. It's so sad. But Sakura is the only ride line where the grade 2 does something. If you're not using the like actual grade 3 from the ride line. Channel your inner Eugene and then soul charge, and do what with that soul? I mean, it does power up, not power up, but it gives me fuel for what I assume is the MVP of the deck, is this little fellow. But other than that, the drawing card is nice, but then the grade 2 doesn't do anything. It's just like CB1 to get 5k in soul charge, right? That's kind of like ass. Right? And then they have the absolute nerve. I will never understand who the fuck wrote the text for these Eugene cards. Cause even in set 1, you're gonna tell me that this skill is only when you attack, and if your opponent has 2 or less rear guards. I'm already paying counterblast to soul charging at 5k. Why did they have to tack on that my opponent has to have less rear guards? Who the hell thought that was necessary? God, it should have just been soul charge get 5k on ride or something like that. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. But anyways, sorry. Gang balance my ass, bro. so silly. Meanwhile, like, what does this do? This plus is like twice, right? The prayer dragon one, that plus is like twice, because you get a trick star and you get a Varina. But whatever. I'll let Eugene rest for now. All right, I'll just be boring and I'll do buff Sakura line for now, I guess. Because really, it's just getting Diva to just not discard for ride. At that point, I might as well just play the lame ass. I just don't like how this guy looks. Honestly, that's all it is. I just don't like how he looks. He looks really like, I just don't like it. I also don't like the grade 0. I just don't like them. How Beldra or whatever the heck, I can get behind this. This looks cool. But the grade 1 and grade 0 I do not like. 4 of this, right? I'm assuming this. What do you, is it on attack? Counterblast, retire. Oh, so you do need the triggers actually, because it's a Dino Dragon specifically you have to retire. Draw, get 10k, choose up to 1 from hand, call it, retire all of the rear guards in the same column. Okay. So that's 2 on the green cards. I think it's funny how Mukuro will literally kill any Greedon. Yeah, at 6 damage. It's so dumb. Fissure. No, it does. They have the they posted the ruling, like if you're at 6 and they dominate the Vanguard, you lose your abilities, you lose. Which is so damn dumb. I mean, I get it. It's kind of cool on the one hand, but it just sucks to be Greedon. Just like it, I guess it sucks to be Magnolia Mask and you play against Jiva and just go to the next table, but oh well. Does Bar need to be rode by Nahalem? Yeah, it does, unfortunately. I just took a look at that. It has to be Nahalem. Otherwise, I was thinking like, hey, could get a PG, could get a grade 1 Dino, but no, it has to be Nahalem, which isn't horrible, but CB1 to get a card from hand, I feel like, as much as I want to have fun and not be min-max dweeb, this is just better. Unfortunately. Can I play like a different arm? Oh no, it has to be one of these. That's right. Fine. Dang it. Didn't show up my comment because of a YouTube link. It was a Dino deck profile, like in Japan, or like someone, like actually someone playing it in Japan, or like someone just like testing it outside of it. Does kill? Yeah, it does unfortunately kill. Agreed on. And apparently I also saw Cyrus post, Kyrus post that like if you do it against Buff Sakura, they can activate the skills at the end of the battle, which is kind of funny. So they can like ping you for damage, or they can I forgot what the other one was. Like make you discard or something. I don't remember. Oh yeah, oh no, it's the gun. They can activate the gun. I think it is. No. Is it the gun? I don't remember. One of the other arms you can actually activate it, which is insane. Chioda's ride deck? Of course it is. Thank you. Then I'm not seeing any live streams nor read any reveals in 2 weeks. Yeah, you haven't missed much. It's just been ride deck stuff. They run the new grade 1, the lady who is touching the blue computer panels. The new grade, oh. I ironically, I know exactly who you're talking about. This one? No. This one. The scroll, you mean? All your opponents, all of your rear guards placed by an ability get 5k. You only play one thing by an ability, don't you? Oh, okay, no, you call on place, okay, and then you call in bad. Okay, okay. I can see that. Okay, fair enough. It was to give the triple drive, yeah, so you could, like, I guess deck them out or just fuck yourself, but yeah. Is it worth dominance? We'll still have funny rulings. Yep, unfortunately. Should not have returned. Well, it's too bad for that, buddy. It's alright. I'll indulge. Wow, that looks sick as fuck. Yeah. So that's what I was doing. I was adding the over trigger, because you definitely want that. I'll play. Oh my god. There we go. Now I just gotta do it over, because whenever I do fucking this, it doesn't ever want to work. All right. We'll start from scratch. You, and you. Now you. Let's not forget about you. There we go. I was gonna say it. We'll add Basil's favorite heal trigger. We'll add this. We'll play these, because why not? Why not? I don't think we really need soul, but why not? We'll play these. So that does it for the triggers. We don't have Dino Dragon PGs. I know that for a fact, because this is a Flame Dragon, and the other one is also, I think, a Flame Dragon. Right? And then this is probably, I don't know, some dumb shit. Or not you, you. Yeah, some dumb shit. So we'll just play 3 of these. We can play Elementaria, I guess. Feel like that card's gonna jump up to $40 once we get the new Strides deck sets. Between that and the Drag Jewel, but we'll see. Dominance base, just read the rules. Fuck that. We need more funny interactions like this than D, not gonna lie. I can get behind that. I personally don't like Shiranui and Dominate. For my own reasons, but I can get behind like the whole shenanigans of it doing it and having different rulings and stuff. That I can get behind. But love more funny D interactions. Yeah, honestly, they balance the Dominate stuff well, and looks like to be interesting for D. Yeah, the Dominate's not too bad. The new Stride, I'm a little bit worried about. That seems a little too free. Everything else, up until they showed the Stride today, the second Stride, I was like, all right. Everything else was kind of like, yeah, okay, that's fine. That's not that bad. But then the new one, I don't know. He's doing a little bit too much. Everyone keeps saying like, oh no, because the other stuff is mediocre. This one has to be broken. Like, how about shit not be broken? But whatever. Yes, and everyone keeps telling me that too, that it was worse originally. Just because it was worse before and it's less worse doesn't mean that it's not bad now. Like, I know before you could like attack all rear guards and whatnot. I get that, but I still think it's a little bit much right now. Wasn't it like Soul Blast 2? I could have swore it was like Counterblast Soul Blast 2. Nubatama, grade 4, premium. This fucker. No. Yeah, this fucker. Oh no, it was just Soul Blast 2. Just Soul Blast 2. Yeah, dominate all, and then battles all rear guards, yeah. Maybe in Vanguard 0 was Counterblast, but probably not. I just remember specifically it was Soul Blast 2, because I used to have to run the crit to the draw crit to put it into soul to have enough soul. Okay, finally. All day, I recorded a bunch of videos to upload for fight videos. and I've been trying to upload them from my phone to my Mega so I can then put it on my computer all day, but it takes so long, and I can't use my phone during that time, and I've had to like stop the upload a bunch of times, but now I can just leave it there. It's funny how the quest tries to remove any sort of weird interactions, but only created other weird interactions. I mean, did it though? Did it? I don't think the quest really did much. Thought Makuro Best Harvest was gonna be the sauce. I mean, people are still saying that, so I can't believe you guys said this right at the same time. Not super needy. Okay, yeah, maybe I'm just mixing it up. I didn't really play Shiranui a lot. The reason I hate Shiranui is just because it fucked up. In my opinion, it was like the final nail in Vanguard 0. Like, the many nails that coffin had, that was the last one that just like sealed the deal. I think when that shit came out and it was just unplayable, or unbeatable, I should say, to be more accurate. But all right, enough bashing Shiranui and Dominate and Ek. About to blow a gasket. Let's take a look at our Dino Dragons here. We have won't work well with Best Harvest. Yeah, but people are still going to use it. People are still trying to use it because they see retires, they draw 1. It's just like whenever they see something that attacks 4 times, I gotta play in the pulse. You playing Dark States, you got a Soul Charge. Oh, I gotta play Brainwash Shoulder. It's the most optimal. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. But I still think you still want to play Esper Idea. I'll say that much. I think you want to play like Esper Idea. Maybe like 2 Shiranui, maybe even just 1, I don't know. And then like 3 of the like Dark States discard thing. But we'll have to do that some other time because we can't do that today. Everyone keeps calling out Tribash. I'm surprised this didn't see any play. Because this removes 3 from drop. And then if not, it gets 10k. So I feel like this is pretty good. Pretty good removal for quite a couple of decks. There's a lot of... There's not a lot, but there's a good amount of drop deck. Drop deck? Drop. Using the drop right now, right? So I feel like this would be pretty strong, but I'm surprised no one really used that. But that's kind of about it. I think I saw them use this for some fucking reason. Counterblast 1, choose 1, retire it against 2k. I don't know why they're playing this. Cracker Force makes 100% sense. Cracker Force is a good card. This dude, I don't know about that. This is 8k. And it's only when it grades 0 attack. So this guy can go to the trash. This is Eugene locked. At the start of your battle, maybe one of your opponent has 1 or less. It's only at the start, so we can stop reading. Let's go to the grade 1s. I think we're going to play 4 of this. And presumably we want to throw a bunch of grade 1s. We want to throw this in because it's a grade 1 and it restands. So that's pretty cool. Freedom players. Quality of man. If you think it was Vanguard, you should have seen it in TCG. Run the Eugene Dino and maybe the Soul Blast 1 5k grade 1. Yep. Shiranui is the level we can see in the future deck set. I can't wait for Night Roses. Ugh. You guys need to stop encouraging this power creep. You guys have to stop. You have to stop encouraging the power creep and then 2 weeks later telling me that the game is too fast and it's unhealthy and unplayable. Been having a lot of fun shoving Soldier Doji grade 2 into the deck that have a good early game. You mean for Shiranui? There's a grade 1 called... Is there a grade 1 called More Vanya? That sounds like a Shadowburst card. As long as your opponent isn't Bastion the 23k beat stick, grade 3 is good. Yeah. Surprised this wasn't in the deck profile. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. Sounds good to me. It's on the other decks too. Petra blows up the front row without needing it to hit, so your opponent is empty front row for 23k beat sip. Stop encouraging strides. That ain't gonna happen, buddy. The thing, I don't think Shiranui is better than what's in. Everyone keeps saying that too. Like set 13 is somehow the strongest thing that ever happened in all of Vanguard, and then Shiranui is not even that big of a deal. Like, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I don't even think Youth is that strong. Like, I don't know. I think y'all are overselling set 13 and underselling Shiranui, but I haven't been able to test Shiranui, so I can't really say much more about it. Show the grade 2 when Rotopawn calls a stealth from top 5. Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought you meant in this deck. That's why I was confused. Low tier 1. Get out of my chat. Get out of my chat. Low tier 1, get out of my chat. Get out of here. Unbelievable. Of course something went wrong. I've been trying to move these videos all day and something went wrong. Ugh, unbelievable. I'll just do them one by one later on. Youth has edge on his side. Youth is very linear. Yeah, that's my problem with Youth. He's just very linear. I don't think it's anything crazy. I think it'll be fine. Alright. Let's take a look at this. When this unit boosts, Soul Blast 1, choose one of your units. This unit is boosting. If it hits, retire 1. I don't know about that one. My crit, alright. One placed, Soul Charge 2, I don't think that matters. Put a grade 3, that was originally my right deck, face up, draw a card. I mean, I will be Soul Blasting it out, but this only works literally one time. I guess I can have it as a one-off if I really need to, but that seems kind of dumb. We're saying this can retire. I don't want to do that. I don't want to play that, man. That does not seem like a good idea. We're gonna throw in Trivash. Trivash seems good. I don't really need that many Dino Dragons, to be honest. I think it's one of those decks where everyone thinks they have to just play all the same cards. I don't think that's the case, but this card was in the YouTube video I saw. I'm trying to find it. It's Dark States, Dragon Empire grade 1 that looks like a girl touching the holographic panels. Yeah, that's the one I was we showed earlier. It's this girl. This one. Rovinia, yeah. We're gonna support completely nukes Super's gimmick out of existence, no longer rotating between forms. I mean, or form them now bricks you never touch other than to shove them in soul. I mean, not really bricks, because you play minimal of them and you get them into soul. So the other grade 3 is better than Tribash, as Tribash has a rear guard restriction. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't think you have to play all dinos. You only need to what? Oh, you call 2. Ooh. Ooh, call 2. That's kind of good. Because I was saying you just need to call something out and retire something. So maybe you don't need all dinos, and maybe I can play something else that like retires or something. But ooh, that's kind of good. And see, it's alright. No worries. Tribash is kind of clunky. I only run at it as a 2 of. Bro, y'all don't like free soul and crit? Y'all bugging. Seems nice for the units you called by Vanguard. Yeah. That might be the only non-Dino Dragon that I play. Maybe not. I'm looking at it, but because the problem I'm seeing is I don't see like 1 good retire, 2 any way to actually win the game, right? Because so far all I have is a Vanguard that swings for 10k and gives me an extra attack if I have a card in hand, right? If I have a card in hand, it gives me an extra attack. So it's a 4 attack deck with a 10k Vanguard that draws me 1. And that is it. So far. Not saying anything else. And then on ride, it does give me 2, right? So it has some deck thinning, which is kind of cool. But other than that, I'm not really seeing it. Full dinos, as many dinos as possible to ensure you get good calls from on ride and have target in hand to call it. Right, but they all suck. Or at least there's just not enough of them that are cohesive. So I don't know if you really want to go all dinos. Look at how many rearguards that Tribash needs. Needs them to have, and you can see why it's a minimum retire. If your opponent has 2 or less rearguards, yeah, but that's like I have to retire. That's like retiring 1 or 2 rearguards per turn. That's not too bad. Because everyone's always, like, 90% of the game is going to be front row or front row. So that's 2 rear guards. And then I just have to retire a back row and that's it. So I don't think that's that bad. No. just needs like 1 or 2 Dino rear guards that do something, and it's like legit very competent. Yeah, I think it's just mainly the grade 2s. It doesn't have any grade 2s that actually do anything. Right? Because you can play this, but it's kind of ass, right? This is not even playable in the deck. This doesn't seem worth it. The only thing you really have is Brachioforce, but Brachioforce just retires and draws you a card and then offs itself, so you just lose, you know, something on board, which is like okay, but not like the best at the same time. You don't have anything that like swings in, gets some powers. You don't have any good rears, aside from like, I don't know what. This is the only good rear that I can legitimately that can do anything. What does this do? It gets 10k, and if you have if your opponent's front row has a rear guard, this cannot attack. So this is, I think, way too situational because you don't have enough retire. So literally the only good thing is this, and then possibly this fella. But I don't think we have enough grade 1s to justify it. If we really just have boost get 2k, nothing, literally nothing, restand after retire, draw once, soul charge 2, and counterblast to draw if you somehow have a crit. And then what does it say? If I play an order, soul blast 2 units get 5k. I would have to play a normal order for this, so not really looking good for the grade 1s, to be honest, which makes this kind of difficult. Nothing bad, but not sure if you need 3 Tri-Bash. Fuck else am I gonna put in this deck? Fuck else am I putting in this deck as a row? But yeah, fine. We'll maybe put it down, but besides the Vanguard uses CB, so Petra is very affordable to use and actually makes Tri-Bash easier to hit. Why are you guys trying to sell me on a grade 2 that just counterblast to retire 1 and get 2k? Like, I feel really annoyed that it just gets only 2k. But I don't know, man. I don't know about it. I guess the beater grade 3 dino and the one that goes to soul make the battle phase effect have an extra spot. Technically, yeah, it does free that up, but you also have to eat something, so you don't really want your rear guards to disappear because you need something to eat. So it is a little bit counterintuitive to retire the other front row. Problem solved. I don't know, man. We got Tachikaze at home, boys. Yep, basically. Your Vanguard blows up a column. Betro cleans up the other run. Now the condition is clear for the 23k. I would rather just run this, but like, I don't know. That seems like way too much, but I don't know if I have a choice. Part of Petra is retired to finish cleaning up the front. Oh man, y'all really gonna make me win this whack ass Dino Dragon? I wish I had more grade 1s. But I want to run the Regalia. This Forbidadol. But I don't know what to take out, to be honest. Now you're probably gonna yell at me and say Tri-Bash, but I don't know. Chalice is better than Forbidadol. Random Persona Ride Regalia, but it doesn't seem super necessary. I don't know, I figured Forbidadol would be good because it instantly gives me these two. I can get a full board between riding this and then using a Forbidadol. DM me the deck profile? Sure thing. Yeah, I don't know why it is that... I've looked in the settings and it says that it doesn't block links, so I don't know why it actually does block the links, but I'll try and I'll put it on my list to do some testing, see if it actually works. Cut the 23k to a 2 of for Cup. What's the point of running this motherfucker if I only have 2 of him? He's the only thing that actually does damage in this deck. Why would I only run 2 of him though? Like, nothing else hits for, like, anything though. That's... like... I figured you have to, like, basically build around this, because it's the only thing that's gonna hit. This fella ain't gonna do anything. I don't know about 3 Petra. Nah, bro. We're playing 4 of it. You can't you can't sell me on Petra and be like, nah, never mind, he whack. I don't know, maybe 1 less. Maybe 1 less. You got the back row that gets 10k on average. 10k? How are we hitting 10k? Where are you seeing 10k? You mean with this? Oops, with this? Because this is just... I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll run Cup, but let's do a test and see how bad this goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and nope. Okay, I cheated, but it's fine. Who cares? There's no judges. You can't arrest me. Eat my ass. I end up drawing over trigger anyways, so that's what I get. For each grade 1, so full back row, it's 10k. If you make a grade 1 column, he gets 15k. Draw. Ugh. Discard. Right. I feel like Soul might be an issue, but we'll see. Soul Blast. This fellow. Pass turn, get wrecked. Draw, get the shit out of my hand. Ride, put this shit back in my hand. I don't really know if I have an early aim per se. I could technically do like one of these. Poke with this. Let's say they let me get the retire. I draw. Sucks. Swing with this. Check. Get fucked. Swing with this. Soul Blast. I should probably... I don't know. Probably doesn't make a difference. I could have maybe gotten an extra 2k, but whatever. Who cares? For each of your other... Oh, never mind. 23. End turn. Swing, guard, stand, draw, go away. Ride, skill, look at top 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Awesome, let's go. Great. Call 1. Absolutely gaming. Love it. I don't know, call another one of these. Not gonna retire, so just hope to God that they have they don't have rears. I guess I could swing into the rear. Maybe it's not even worth it. Swing, put this to soul, get crit, eat this. You're not... I know it should have probably been this column. Draw 1. Get 10k. Call this from hand. Would have been nice if they both got 10k. Check. Check. Flap. Sure. Soul Blast. Tri-Bash kind of helping this little fella out. But... that's cute, I guess. I don't know about this. I don't know about this. Judge powers. Set the deck profile via Discord. It should be timestamped. Okay, cool. Thank you. Could have called the draw, but I want to check the draw. And to close, need to go as close to full dino as you can to get away with needing dinos in hand. Yeah. I just think I keep coming back to this, but I just think it's ass. Like, I don't see a solid game plan. I'm not saying this is ass or anything. It's just I don't see I don't see this working out very well at the time being. Come on. Like, I only see it working with like this. Because at least that's 23 and that's something, but that's like barely anything, to be honest. Like, if Shiranui can swing in for like 30 something 5 times each attack, and all I can do is fucking swing in for 23 maybe, and Shiranui is supposedly a bad deck or whatever, then like, I don't know how this dude is gonna do much. Can still blow up bastions. Oh yeah, they have a back row. Or does it target a unit specifically? Retire all. Okay, it doesn't target. That's what it is. Okay, yeah. So since it doesn't target, it does blow up the column. That's cool. I thought it targeted a rear guard, then retired everything in the same column, but I don't know. Let's go back. Let me mold on this for a little bit. If I had to build this deck, like my life depended on it, how would I make this work? Until you get the battle phase restand, yeah. It's not a deck that you'll see in top 8 anytime soon, but for a deck made out of pack filler commons with no support, it's more than you can ask for. There's been promo grade 3s with even less to work with. I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that, buddy. Patroka works pretty well. Fountain Hope works pretty well. Graham Grace works pretty well. Who's on the promo grade 3? Both of these is actually not as bad. I haven't messed around with the time leap dragon, so I don't know how that works. Yeah, both of these. That's what I said. Both of these nuts. Like, I'm not trying to say like I'm gonna win a BCS with this. I don't see it being like cohesive is my main issue. Like, I don't see a clear winning image. It just seems like just kind of like whatever. Like, just play. It just feels like play Vanguard, hope for the best. It's kind of my issue. But it might just be because it's like technically more of a control deck because it has a lot of retire built into it. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why I'm not seeing it. So that's probably where its real like game winning pressure comes in, and the fact that it generates advantage while taking away your opponent's advantage. But other than that, like, I don't know. What it needs is a dedicated support card following in a filler green glitter set like set 12 was. Man, you don't need to stop shitting on set 11. Set 11 was such a good set. I'm so mad everyone thinks that that's such a bad set. So many fun decks there. That one set is one of the reasons why I started doing fight videos, because there were just a lot of decks that I had want to see people play, but everyone was too busy ignoring it because they released it super late, and then set 12 had all the stuff people wanted to play, I guess. But fun set, more giving random jank some attention. Ain't no jank. Full-blooded, hard-earned decks there. Kind of feel like this sucks ass, but it's the only thing that gets power. It just sucks that it's basically Soul Blast to get 5k, maybe 10k. It does help with Dry Bash. It does go into Soul. Alright. I'm just gonna save this for now. I don't know what you're called, so we're just gonna call you Dino. Dino. How's that? This 001 Dragon Empire. Make a Shield Fisher deck. The thing that has even less support and even less of a win condition. What do you do with Shield Fisher? How do you win a game with Shield Fisher? You just sit there and do what? Have 18k and then what? Like, it just doesn't do anything. Where the hell even is it? This fella? Yeah, he just doesn't do anything. Like, like there's just no win condition for this. I don't know why they bothered trying to make it seem like it needs to be the Vanguard specifically with where is he at? This thing? Like, this should have just been rear or something. The fact that it had to make it Vanguard, like, as if Shield Fisher needs to be a Vanguard when it has no skill that, like, actually progresses and helps you win the game, other than it has a natural 18k, which I don't really know what that would do, but oh well. Yeah, honestly, that would have been a lot cooler if they picked what's his face. You know, they gave him support or something like that. That would make sense because he actually has a Vanguard skill. Not that it's like a skill that specifically wins you the game, but it actually does something at the Vanguard, other than just sit there and be 5k. Like, I don't know. Ruination Fabric, the guy who orders from job. They make Shield Fisher deck in the new series. What's it gonna do? Unless Shield Fisher has a grade 4, or it like strides mid-battle, or I don't know. But it just doesn't have any sort of win condition. It's just I have 18. If your cards only swing for 13, you're probably in a bad spot anyways. But if they don't swing for higher than 18 or 17, what are you gonna do? I feel the same way, almost the same way about Shield Fisher as I do with this deck, but this actually does something. But it just doesn't feel like it has like a solid win condition that you can actually really go behind. This is just mainly because it needs rear guards. Like, its skill is good. This is just the fact that it doesn't have rear guards and it doesn't have skills. It has nothing. It just has 5k and that's it. So, like, unless there's a card that says like, they'd have to print like endless waves of support that say like, if your Vanguard's 18k, get a bunch of power, and then like if your Vanguard's 18k, give him a crit or something, or like on your opponent's turn it gets an extra 10k, like make it more defensive or whatever the case. But yeah, I don't see this working. Suspiciously designed, yeah. It's okay, well, we'll use a New Nectar aesthetic deck because apparently those other 5 or 6 New-natured boss. Nah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be I don't know what it's gonna be, to be honest, but it's a dude, so it's not gonna be Neo Nectar based, because they like Neo Nectar stuff to be like chicks. So I don't think they're gonna change that anytime soon by making like dude musketeers and make that the focus or anything like that. But we'll see. They picked for Brand Crate was even dumber. Oh yeah, that one's kind of silly because it's literally just this, except less attack. But I think that one's active more often. So that one's not that bad. Because it's just like, if you don't have an order, it can't attack. So this one's at least more playable in the fact that its condition isn't as strict, because you can very easily have a set order and that's it. Whereas Shield Fisher, you have to call something every single turn. But they just both do the same thing, where it just doesn't give you anything. Alright. You know what we're gonna do now? I was gonna do this on Halloween, but I ended up not doing it on Halloween. Because I had the tweet typed up in my head all ready to go to be like, alright, I don't know what other Vanguard related thing to do on Halloween, so I'm gonna do the scariest thing ever, which is try make Gravidia Mask work. Because I still want to try and make that work because I have the FFRs. I was theory crafting it a little bit last week. I don't remember where I left off. I don't think it was very good. I had a lot of stupid ideas, including like using heroes with Gravidia. And earlier, no. Had a lot of stupid ideas that came to mind. I just wanted, and like again, I don't know if I've expressed this enough, but the whole point is not that I'm trying to make Gravidia Mask the competitive deck, the deck that I take to win BCS and go to Worlds, the deck that beats Tier 0 or whatever. It's none of that. I just want to make the deck work. That's it. I just want to see the deck work. Because right now, it ain't really working in any way, shape, or form. And that's all I really want to do. How that happens, I don't know. I tried to do this with Grand Grace. Granted, Grand Grace gave me way more to work with. Right? Gave me way more things to work with. And I actually have now a list that I built that's actually worked out pretty well. That I think it should be tomorrow that a video is coming up on it. But that I got, I think, a solid build with. The next one I was going to work on was this. And then after that, I was going to work on Claudine. Even though Claudine is, there's not really anything like wrong with her, so she doesn't really need that much work put into her. But oh, hey Azim, I was gonna say. Then after seeing Azim talk about Maelstrom, I was gonna take a look at that one, but torturing Pablo with Gravidia. If anything, I'm trying to help him out here. You want to see 2 metapods use Harden for 6 turns and pit 2 decks against each other? Yeah, basically. Is it bad? Is who bad? My bad? Sorry, having subtle taste in men is like hating circuit. That's all a compliment. Basically. But yeah, we are tinkering with bad decks. Claudine is pretty good. Yeah, I think she's insane. The fact that you can just throw down triggers, bounce them back, swinging for crazy numbers, is insane. Dude on Loco's playing Farfrenal 3 weeks in a row. I think he's won like 1 round with those 3 weeks. I don't know, Farfrenal doesn't seem that bad. Yeah, 60k tokens, or just the fact that you can just throw down a crit, bounce it back to hand, is just, that alone makes me want to play the deck. But all right, so here's where I've gotten with Gravidia Mask. I'm trying to approach it. I've talked about it before, right? I'm trying to approach it from a like an Orphis mindset, right? Orphis Mask came out, everyone thought it was doo-doo, caca, pee-pee, poo-poo, right? Then they actually built a deck, and they were like, all right, it's actually not all of these disgusting terms. You just have to play the deck differently than what you're used to. So I'm like, all right, maybe that's what we have to do with Gravidia, right? Or maybe it's like a Amina Gruger situation, right? These are the 2 routes that I've been trying to work on, where it's like you're supposed to ride Gravidia, get the skill, ride Gravidia Mask, and then next turn ride Gravidia again, get her skill, and then Mask again, right? And you're supposed to kind of do that cycle because the skill of the original Vanguard is pretty good. So those are the 2 routes I've tried to go through, and it just doesn't work. No matter how I do it, right? Because the problem with this deck is that it requires you to, nothing about the deck works the way it should, because it has a skill. It has 2 skills. One that says remove the original Gravidia to take 3 meteors from the drop, add them to hand. I don't want meteors in my hand. There's a bunch of dumb cards that let you put meteors from hand into the order zone. That's not what you want to do, right? You don't want to have a bunch of bricks in your hand. That's kind of dumb. Then it says you take meteors from order zone to drop when you attack, to then call out from your hand a unit. Why did you give me meteors if you want me to call not meteors? Like, why would you give me stuff and then ask me to call something else in addition to that, right? This should have just been called from like top 5 or something. So you have to somehow, to get this, the full value of this, right, is to have 4 meteors and then also stuff on board that can attack, and then also stuff in hand that can fulfill 5 good attacks. Like, none of it works. None of it makes any sense to me. So, I don't know. No, it needs to balance triggers if they insisted on making a native ride line. Same mindset applied to Magnolia Mask. Felt like it sucked when people tried it and play like Elder, and as soon as they built it differently from different angles, it was much better. Exactly, right? So that's what I'm trying to look at this from, but I just can't see it. The dots just ain't connecting. Not gonna pretend Magnolia Mask is super high tier. Man, Magnolia Mask is good. There were also things where orders become rear guards. That's what they kind of need to do, but that's kind of lame, so I don't want them to do that. So that's why I keep saying, like, I think they're gonna take and give her like meteors that are units, because that's the only way I see this deck working, where it's like you have a unit that counts as a meteor, so you can add it from drop and then call it. That's the only way that would work without them just rewriting the skill somehow. Otherwise, it's just like there's no way to get cards in hand easily, specifically units, right? In this nation like that. There's none of them that are really that good that you want to call out. And the actual Vanguard itself doesn't help you in any way. There's not really an effective way to constantly refill your meteors either. The play is to call Bucket Burrito off mass skill and ignore the remove Nordinger for meteor generation, but there's no there's no like guaranteed way to do that. That's my problem. That's the only play the deck has, right? Is you call Bucket Burrito, put back the grade 2 meteor, and that's it. But there's just no guarantee to get the Baku Burrito to even do that once you have the mask. Like, there's just so many things that have to happen for you to even be able to do that. You have to have the grade 2s, the grade 2 meteor in the order zone. You have to have the mask of Hidrogoom and then have Nordinger, right? The new mask, right? To then ride into it. Then have in your hand the Baku Burritos, but still already have meteors, right? And then call them out while you still have stuff that you attacked with this turn, like still having stuff on board, and then calling them out to do that play, and then somehow doing that play again next turn. Like, there's no way to bounce Baku Burritos, get them from drop, nothing. So, like, I almost feel like that part's a trap. Because if you only think about it from the Baku Burrito route, then there's really nothing else the deck can do but that play, and it has no way to facilitate that play. Like, granted, I should say, this is the only good attacker the deck has, because it gets 5k in a crit, but there's just no real, like, consistent way to do that, right? Unless you just only play 4 of these or something like that, and you call it from Gravidia, which is what I've been trying to think of doing. I've been trying to think of like playing 4 of this and like 2 of this, only calling those 2 to draw or something, or just not even playing that, playing this, having more units. But you just don't have enough ways to like not lose these meteors every time, and then you just lose out on this skill. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it'll actually work out. Do you need even more base Gravidias? I don't know. The skill, her skill is the mass skill is trash, but the normal Gravidia skill is good. So I don't know. There's a grade 2 and a grade 1 that I thought I said fucked themselves into soul and draw. There's a grade 1 that puts himself into soul if you play in order. That the robot. The grade 2 instead, it gets like 10k if you retired something, which I thought you would play in this deck, right? To get some sort of attack power, like a backup for if you don't have Baku Burrito. But yeah, need a ton of unsearchable pieces. Have been there, a painful place. Yep. Yeah, like there's no good way, because you have to play all these bricks, so there's no guaranteed way to have a bunch of good cards and like cards to call from hand. Like calling cards from hand, that's just like so inconvenient for this deck, because your hand is usually just triggers maybe some meteors, right? You just all you do in this deck is play 2 Baku Burritos, and they hope to stay there the entirety of the game, otherwise you lose the game, right? That's the whole reason why people play this, because it just had no good rears, right? Specifically early game. So I don't know. I don't know how to solve for needing to have or I don't know how to solve for all these problems at once. I don't know how to solve for having consistently rear guards in hand, because there's no way to consistently do that. I've checked. There's really no way to like add rear guards to hand in an efficient way. I'm trying to think if there was any like off examples, but there just really isn't. Specifically ones that are actually helpful, right? And there's no good way to have rear guards on board, which is a huge problem, right? Because it'll be like you go first, you do your thing, and then next turn, those 2 rear guards you had there are probably dead, either from control or getting attacked into, whatever the case may be. So you have to play 2 rear guards and then have another 2 in hand. So you need 4 cards to start your turn in order to like get full 5 attacks. And if you only go for 4 attacks, it doesn't really warrant, it doesn't give you enough of a benefit to do that. So I don't know. You need 2 Misty Havocs in every Story deck. It's and the Pulse again. It's actually a good one. I don't really think you need it in every deck. It's playable in every deck, but it's not needed in every deck, to be honest. Because like this skill is really good because it lets you do this to draw, but if I use this still to get this, then I would just have to like focus immediately on going into the mask and always having Baku Burrito somehow. But I could only do 2 attacks with Baku Burrito, 2 waves of calling out Baku Burritos, and that's it. So I don't know. Yeah, it's usable in Nolan, but you don't need it. There's Bizarre Visitor if you want to go with Mass first skill. I hate Bizarre Visitor. I have like 5 of him FR, but the fact that it's locked to Gravidia Mask specifically really annoys me, because it's a dead card. It's a grade 1 that you can't play until maybe turn 4 or turn 3 if you're lucky. And I thought this is what you really had to do, because this seems like the only cohesive part in a deck that works. So it lets you draw. Soul Blast 2 seems like way too much. Like, I don't know why they made this Soul Blast 2, but they had at least made it so that when it's attack or boosting, and you can put just meteors into your hand for free, no cost or anything like that, right? But I just feel like this doesn't really give you much. Hard to play that one. I swear, Kugler, you come in like a chatbot sometime and just vaguely agree with what everyone's saying. Difference in a lot of decks where if you're running a lot better when you do find 2 Darians. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if it's actually mandatory in every deck. Not every deck wants to play Warders. For the Shark deck, because you love Sharks. Unfortunately, that's in Yu-Gi-Oh! I'd love to play that right now, but no. I'm no bot. It doesn't help that you have the little like wrench, so you stand out from everyone in the chat. It's like, oh no, yes, I am human. Hello, human friends. I am Kugla bot. I am here to enjoy the Vanguard as well. I have the love of the card fighting. I also imagine. I'm fucking with you, bro. So yeah, Bizarre Visitor, putting stuff into the order zone, like, I don't know if I want to do that in battle. I don't even know if I want to use this skill to begin with. What the heck is it? It's not even in the deck right now. I don't even know if I want to bother with this skill, because then like playing Bizarre Visitor kind of implies that I'm playing more copies of this in the main deck so that I can use the skill more than once, so that this actually has more targets, or that I'm playing a lot of meteors, or that I have an easy way to get meteors into hand, right? And the only easy way to do that is this right now. But once they're in hand, this is really the only thing that does anything with them. Nothing else really works well. Like, there are random cards like the Q Alien Girl, right? You play one from hand and get 5k, but like it just doesn't merit it to be played. But I don't know. Bottrix, human smart. I'll have you know, if I Stupid heart. If I had a shield IRL, I would call it a Vanguard. Oh, I'll get you one for Christmas. Oh, Gavita players. I'll say Gavita cards. They said about Gavita suck. Basically, yeah. I've been having, like you guys saw from last stream, I've been having computer issues. I found my thermal gun. So I have to check on it every now and then. It should be fine for CFA. Yeah, so it's at 90, which is like pretty regular. Should be okay for CFA. It's just when I do Deer Days and stream that it gets a little hot, or when it's hot. But today's not too hot. But yeah, I think I have to. I'll see if I can like maybe get a new CPU or something. But I have to just diagnose a problem. I think I'm due for a CPU upgrade, but I'll see if I can find the actual root cause. But yeah, all the Gavita cards suck, unfortunately. I'm trying real hard to make this work, right? It's not just like me going, oh, decks suck. I'm trying to make it work, right? This is actually pretty good. To be honest, my only issue with it is that it has to have meters in the order zone specifically, which kind of sucks. Otherwise, this would have been decent. Because like with Persona Ride and plus a Dragon Tree marker, Dragon Tree marker, this might actually hit and be kind of annoying because it's 25, but you can't guard with one card, right? So that'd be kind of cool. But there's just no way to enable this and have 3 meteors in place, right? This is nice because at least it chooses from drop also, but Soul Blast 3 is insane. This is the only other good Gravidia card because it gets 5k attack and shield basically all the time, which is good. Shurgle's good too, and that's it. This is only on hit. Place a meteor from deck or drop. This is just from hand. Place a meteor. This gets 5k if you have a meteor, and then it's like the dumbest effect where it's like, look at the top card. If it's a meteor, play it. If not, put it on the bottom of your deck. What am I supposed to do with that? This dumbass says Soul Blast 1, discard, choose a meteor, put it to your hand. So in this deck is basically discard a meteor to get a meteor. This says if you played a meteor but not from drop, you counterblast, put a meteor from drop into order zone. So I was thinking maybe there's something here, but there's also a lot of counterblast being used. This sack of garbage says if it goes from deck to soul, then you can call out to back row. Cool. And then this is just this girl but worse because it's locked to Gravidia Mask. This just gives you drive +1 if you discard a card, and it's only if you don't check a trigger. I feel like they must have like I know that Gravidia was really strong, even though they never hit Gravidia, right? They never hit Gravidia, but Gravidia was really strong, and I think they like midway somehow rewrote every Gravidia card to be trash. Cause like I don't understand how all these cards are so bad. Like these must have had like completely different effects. But yeah, I don't get it. I really don't get it. She's so charged with me. Maybe that's what you have to do. Like I don't know. I'm trying to see this like from a completely like out of the box to build this deck. Like maybe you just have to do everything that you usually don't do. But no, half of them are in CFA. Not the ones from today, which I was gonna test, but they're not available. So we don't have the stuff from today. We have the stuff from last week. So no Mukuro, no the other grade 2, none of that stuff just said. So, which is why I'm fucking I've resorted to test Gravidia instead somehow. Shame because I love the art. For the theme, yeah, like I like it too. I would like it a lot. If I didn't like it initially because it was like a really hard deck to play against way back when, because it was just blow your shit up, check this, and like kill you. But I really wanted to like Gravidia. It's just like she immediately fell off, and I was just like, uh-oh. And she got just nothing good or fun that did anything. So that's why I really wanted to give Gravidia Mask a shot. But Thursdays, only Thursdays? I know they used to update on Tuesdays, which is why I used to be able to do stuff on these streams. I was saying in the beginning I might have to like Switch, but I think now they're updating Wednesdays and Friday. That it used to be Tuesday, Friday that they did before. They would update like right before I stream, so like before 6 they would update after the Tuesday stream, and then they would update for the Thursday stream on Friday. That one they would do late, but now I guess they're doing both of them late. There's one thing I like about Gravidia. When people were throwing out the dumb theory that Greedon would be Pale Moon, there was a very easy counter argument. Does Gravidia look like a Nova Grappler to you? Yeah, she looked more like the leaders. But I don't know, maybe you're right. Maybe it just updates on Thursdays now. So yeah, we might have to just flip flop 2 theaters on Tuesdays, which is fine. It'll be reminiscent of when I used to stream Vanguard 0 ranked on Tuesdays. All I've done is talk about this deck. I haven't even tried to build it. But to be fair, like, can you judge me for that? I've tried to build it all last week and I just got nothing. The best I got was like 4 of this. I don't want to play this, but I think you have to. Not that it makes a huge difference, but this, right? Like 2 of this. Excuse me. 4 of this. 2 of the mask. Like 3 of this. Fuck off. Always adding random shit to the deck. And instead of Cabricia, playing Combine Rusher, right? And then I didn't know what to do with the rest of the deck. And I was trying to find out a 3-card slot that would fix the deck, and it never came. American deck on the same set as Green. I'll think for 3 seconds. What is this guy? Oh, this is Habitable Zone. That's right. Yeah, and that's why I went the weird route, trying to do heroes where, like, maybe you can play the base, thin out deck, check your triggers more, have cards in hand, actually, to then be able to call them out, use stuff like Boltsaurus to then get 2 cards easily. That was my thought process, but it was just way too clunky to to go further. I tested it. I did 1 test hand and CFA, and I was like, never again. Don't let me cook ever again. Well, maybe we'll play 3. So what's a magic 4 of? That'll fix the deck. The only thing I was considering is this, right? This is the only other thing that I think could work with the way this deck is built. Is, you know, it lets you counterblast 1 when you play set order. Then you look at top 5, call something, because that gives you deck thin, which is pretty good. That's what you just want to check triggers in this deck anyways, and it just gives you a card that you can call out, which is good because you just don't have any superior call, which is the biggest issue with this deck. There's just no superior call aside from like things that are super cost heavy, like this and this, or like playing the token, right? Which I can actually remove, so we have space for 5 cards. But there's just no superior calling. So the fact that you have to rely from hand to call stuff is just so asinine to me on a deck that just cannot superior call and has no way to add cards to hand. Like, how am I supposed to just play draws and draw my whole fucking deck? I don't know. Magic 3 of mindset. You don't have enough room for all the crap. You want to start cutting stuff to 3 ofs. I don't have anything to add. There's nothing for me to add for me to warrant cutting stuff, unfortunately. And I was thinking like, oh, maybe I can like splash in prison somehow, get some soul, use this to call stuff. Like, I've been down bad for Gravidia Mass, honestly. I've been trying everything to make her work. everything, and it's just not. I was thinking I could do monster, right? I can do the ride deck where I have Arkwright, play Boba Mines, and like maybe another monster to then again thin out the deck, get Boba Mine to counter charge, the deck is thinner. Do something there. I tried real hard, man. But yeah. Alright, now cutting down to 3 in Maelstrom. Oh man. That one's gonna be. I don't know which one's gonna be more difficult for me specifically, trying to figure out Gravidia Mask or Maelstrom, because I've never played Maelstrom aside from like a little bit in Vanguard Zero, and I did not really like it. So I don't know how that's gonna work out when I want to give that a look. But I honestly don't even know what that deck does. I know like every card in Overdress, but when it comes to Maelstrom, I'm like, I vaguely think it just draws, retires, and gets like 5k or something, and that's it. I don't know anything else. Why am I using the Orphis line with no... Yeah, that's a good point. Why did I take that out? I lied. I do need that. I took it out because I took out Kubricia because I thought I wasn't running it, but I am. But like, I feel like this doesn't work either anymore. That's why I was saying I was trying to run like Arkwright or something else, but there's just really not a good... There's no ride line that does anything, right? They made the, for whatever reason, they made the Wellster ride line like generic. Where is he at? Because it doesn't say a specific name, it just says when it's rolled over. But then you can't do anything with any of the products. You can only activate them if you have a blitz. Aside from this one, but like, and this one, all the other ones require you to have blitz as a Vanguard, so you can't really do anything with them. There's no easy way to activate them. It's okay, just hits for baby numbers. Point that I already had Flagbird. So what's even the point? I think Mal tried to do Flagbird, did better. Yeah. I think just going for Gravidia is better if you're running a lot of less orders to dig for them. Yeah. Going for Gravidias, I think you mean the normal Gravidia, or you mean the Gravidia cards? What do you mean? It's not even that I'm trying to run less orders specifically. It's just that I'm trying to think of... I'm trying to look at this... I'm trying to, like... I'm trying to take the, like, Magnolia Mask and Orphis Mask approach from this and build the deck completely differently from what you would do the original one. In the original one, you would play, like, 7 of these motherfuckers. Maybe you don't want to do that anymore. Why or how? I don't know. I haven't gotten that far. The Gravidia, the Gravidia Reliant Iron, yeah. I was originally trying that. The grade 1 at least. I was doing grade 1 to try and get orders in hand, and I was playing stuff like the Bazaar Visitor and stuff to make use of that. Because like, I don't think this is worth it for what this deck wants to do, unless you have an easier way to call tokens constantly. If you can call tokens, this deck would be bomb, right? Because you could easily call out a bunch of tokens. I could have the space to have cards in hand, play out Baka Burritos and whatnot, but since I'm playing less of them, I don't know if it's really gonna work out. So I don't know, man. I don't know, man. This thing's gonna make me wanna go crazy. Yeah, they're all Gravidia. Nordlinger's the boss. Yeah, it's just easier to say Gravidia, honestly. Crush me with Flagbird support or lack thereof. Yeah, unfortunately. Going Orphis grade 1 isn't worth it as needing another card, and deck is struggling for space. Yeah, I mean, I'm not necessarily struggling for space right now. I don't know what to put in for my last 4, but yeah, I agree. I don't think it's worth it. But I mean, the Gravidia grade 1 is actually pretty strong. Ooh, I have the wrong starter. I want to use this one actually. No, you're gonna be stupid. Okay, that's fine. I was gonna take you guys out anyways, so be stupid. Be stupid. But yeah, the Gravidia grade 1 is kind of nuts because it's just like, look at 7, add any number. Any number. I could see 7 meteors and I can just thin my deck by 7, which I think is insane. I just hate how like trash the grade 2 is, because it just says Soul Blast 3 whole ass cards just to draw 1 and get 5k. Like, who do you think you are to need all that soul, bro? Unbelievable. Yeah, and then like I don't even use Combined Rusher most of the time. I just have him there because like there's no other good grade 2 to play. But Combined Rusher seems like the better option here. But I barely ever have the Counter Blast or the need to, or the not need but the ability to play him. But like I wish I could see something. I wish I could see some actual like play that could be done here. But I just can't. I've looked at it 100 times. Not 100, but I've looked at it a lot, I swear. Lattice is for the grade 2 right line participation award. If there's literally anything else, Lattice would be in the Bachelor Club forever. Lattice, I have a... I kind of warmed up to Lattice. Sharis is the one that I don't like. Lattice is not so bad. Because by then, you can pretty much call anything, right? It's still going to be triggers, but it's not that bad. I don't have to worry about like my elders going to soul or whatever. And at least it can like Soul Blast, which actually has a use to like get stuff out of Soul. So we got Rabbit now. Well, only Magnolia Mask. Charis is the cuter one. He's the cuter, but he's the worst off one, unfortunately, to put it in nice words. Yeah, Lattice is definitely the cooler one, at least, but... Do you do anything for me? Soul Charge 1 and gets 10k. I don't know why they made all the generic for brand grade so mid. They made the cat mid, and then they made this dude mid. Soul Charge 1 to get 5k, that's it. It's not like I can play it anyways, now that I think about it. Yeah, because I need the grade 4. For a second, I was thinking that Graffiti Mask was a grade 4. If only! If she had triple drive, yeah, maybe, but... Oh, man almighty. And then I was thinking of playing not the nuns, but the maids, too, right? Because, like, they have, like, deck thinning, but then, like, there's just too much CB. Just too much CB. It's playing a bunch of orders. I don't think it's really gonna work out. John, it's good for Messiah as a Soul Charge is an extra draw. Yeah, I can see that being played in Messiah, absolutely. I don't see that being played in anything else, however. I doubt. I mean, you can maybe make an argument for Seraph Snow just because they play this, right, and just Soul Blast a bunch, but still. But yeah, they have to give us something that can like Superior Call somehow or something. Or I just have to play tokens. Like there's only one way to play. There's only one way to play tokens in this deck, and the only other way to call stuff out is like Combined Rusher. I don't have anything else that I can Superior Call with right now. So I would have to like. Oh, I don't know. Something stupid where I play like something stupid like that. The only other way I see this working, where I just go ham on the Counter Blast, call out a bunch of Combined Rushes, play a bunch of orders somehow. I don't know. Play an unmodified Season 1 trial deck. Maybe I'll get the win. I don't know what Paul is doing right now. Wow, great hand. I guess I want to put at least one back. Draw. Discard. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. I can only play one per turn. Because I like with Orphis, I learned that Orphis Mask specifically, it's not so much about playing the orders. You kind of just want to throw them and draw, and then play them with skills. So like maybe you have to do something the same with like her as well. There goes back burrito. Draw, discard, ride, play, counter blast, call, swing, go to soul, swing, and turn, get fucked. Cool. Can't wait to use Baka Burrito after that. Draw, discard, ride, skill, play meteor, shuffle deck, draw 2. No way to do anything. No way to go to mask. If I do this, I lose meteors. Unlucky. I guess counterblast. Call this out. Presumably I went first in his example. So swing, dip 2, bind, retire 2, get 15k and crit. First check, crit power. Second check, heal. No, swing, no, and get fucked. I'm still playing this, whoops. Get fucked. Guard again maybe. Stand and draw. Play this, Soul Blast, Counter Blast. Whoops. Play this here, search deck. Or maybe my last mask, honestly. Yep. And then unfortunately play it. That's the other thing that messes me up, is that you have to play the mask. Apparently I did from bottom of deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nope. So if you play the mask, and there's no way to discard other than by ride phase. So if you play the mask, you can't activate any of these orders that she adds to your hand. And then Combine Rusher only works if you play it from your hand. Oh man. And I just don't do anything after this. Like I swing CV to like fucking call this. Check and check. This is pitiful. No, it doesn't work. If you got the right deck combined, why do you need so many in the main deck? Because I have nothing else to run, Ek. I don't have cards in the card pool to make this deck work. I'm trying my best, Ek. I really am. I'm trying to do everything I can here. Man, if there was at least a way to search out the normal Gravidia, like you can with Omnic Rugio, that would be cool. But the only way to do that is with Freiheit, and I don't really want to do that. Ugh. Yeah, Zara's another one that sounds like a bot sometimes. What do you, Bushiro, what did you want me to do with this? What did you want me to do with this? Remove a Nordlinger. Get 3 meteorites from drop. What can I do with meteors in my hand? The only thing I can do with meteors in my hand is put them in the order zone by effects. But none of them are in main phase aside from Bakaburrito. So they would have to attack somehow. And then once I do that, I get nothing from that, really. Most I get is 5k. Then I can counterblast to remove those. And then call 2 cards, maybe, from my hand and get triggers twice. I have no effective way to really get the meteors back, or to get the thing that I'm calling out from my hand. So ideally, since I have no way to get good things to call from my hand, there's no way to manipulate my deck that way. What the hell is even playing? Oh, this is SMT collection because I finished my playlist. Here is some good old-fashioned not that I don't like the SMT music, it's just most of my playlist is SMT actually, so that's definitely not the case. I definitely need to add more songs to this playlist because I'm sure you guys are sick of hitting Tokyo for the 100th time. Look at the OG set 6 list and blind guess good or suck. It depends which set 6. Like the actual set 6 or the 6th set in English, or actual set 6, because those are unfortunately 2 different things. Yeah, if I can't get good quality cards in hand to call out, then I just need to have a lot of cards in my deck that I want to call out in that situation. The only good cards that I can think of like that are this grade 2. This one, because at least he gets 10k. Other than that, I can't think of anything else that I would want to call out. It'd have to be something with a good on-place effect that I want to do mid-battle. And I tried going down this route and I couldn't find anything good that says on place do X. There's nothing crazy strong. The only good one is this guy. The set that was 3 for us because it's this, yeah. So breaker of limits. I mean, if I did that, I would end up doing most of the work for the retrospective video at this point, but which we got a good amount of responses for so far, which is pretty cool. Do this, take a look at it. That is the second one. That is this one. 13 responses, which is pretty cool. So I can actually start to work on this already. But unfortunately, I already have a good idea of what sucks and what doesn't suck, just because I've already had to do the research for it. So, yeah, because I already looked at the set list. I already know Ezel was really strong. Apparently, people were playing Kakaitis for some reason. Bestiades was played a good amount. And that's kind of it. I don't know if Angel Feather was any good, because all they really had was Curiel, and she just gets like 5k for limit break, and that's kind of whatever. Fine, I guess we can look at that. I guess you guys are tired of Gravidia Mask. We can look at really old sets for a bit. What is that? Oh, is that another frame that I have? Oh, I don't have the frame here. That's what it is. There we go. So this frame is for... There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. 50 Shades of Garamore Ezel, yeah. Guys with D6, just ignore the garbage superior right engine. Yeah, I don't think anyone played this, or I don't think this was good. It just says on place counterblast 1. There you go. On place counterblast 1. Call from damage, and then put the top card face down in damage, which kind of sucks. I don't see that winning you gains per se. It just gets 5k when it's attacking. They don't have the other girl here. Oh, they don't have the other girl. That's interesting. Wow. Oh, that's a really cool heal trigger. I've never seen that in my life. That art looks so cool. And I didn't know they had a no CL stand. That's so cool. I love looking at these triggers because you don't even see these at all anymore. And then, like, you didn't get to see these in Vanguard 0 either, right? Aside from, like, some of the starters, and that's it. Or what would have been starters in Vanguard 0, right? Wow. So that they use this whack-ass, this dude. That's really what they were using. Yeah, that looks really cool. They were using this fella, Counterblast, to choose himself to heal. If you hit, unbelievable. Angel Feather must have been ass. Guys was decent, just I don't know. I had to wait for, yeah, that's what I'm trying to find. Chama Shield. Not that she's much better, but none of these really do anything. Unfortunately, it was gold dominance as the deck was just too good. Yep, too gold, you might say. No. Gold was season 2 deck that worked right off the bat. Yep. Everything was basically worse overlords. Yeah, that sucks. I was kind of excited about this because it had Angel Feather, but now it just sucks ass. I do have this set, by the way. I think I showed it off already, but in case I didn't. Got the one of these. It's gonna be very blurry because I don't have autofocus, but I do have the sets open up, so that's gonna be interesting. Hopefully I get an Ezel. That'll be really cool. But I forgot. The good great nature cards were in set 8. Set 7 did not have Duckbill. What the fuck? Yeah. Set 7, which was not until I don't remember. It's a bad set. Purple Trap Pieces. Oh. Was that set 7? Yeah. Was it set 7? Trapezes wasn't set 7? I thought that would have came in the first wave of Palmer, but I guess it was a triple. Alright, I'm just thinking Vanguard 0. I don't know. Yeah, Guilds kind of get the gist how this goes. Narukami, I was a little bit interested because I saw someone talk about they were playing Indra, and I was like, what? I remember this being a joke meme in Vanguard 0, so I was just like, what? So just this counterblast, and you get a crit for each of itself on rear. I mean, the fact that it's in Vanguard 0, I can see this why this sucked, right? Because you can just PG it, but back then we had to deal with like drive checks and actually guarding. I could see this kind of sucking because it has do they have those cards? Oh, they don't even have that shit. Oh. Never mind. I don't know what they were smoking, because there were these like random djinns that would like copy this thing, the noble copy things, but that's not even in this set. It was a rare. Good god. So that might be in a trial deck. That might be in a trial deck. Whoops. I want to go here. I don't know why that would be in the trial deck, to be honest. What was in the trial deck? Oh man, I haven't seen this dude in a long time. Just because it used to be the heal trigger that used to play Narukami. So they got the special intercept. They don't even have it here. That's crazy. How did anyone make that work? She's kind of hot. I like that. It's a really cool heal trigger. How the hell did you make this shit work? How the hell did you make this shit work? The first djinns were the trial deck. Well, there's other djinns, I guess. There was these cards that said like for each noble, like copy the name or whatever the fuck. Like, why would they even print this in the set if it's not even remotely playable? Makes no gosh darn sense. Wow, and they made it an SP too. Ugh. That was a promo? What was a promo? Indra? It comes in the set. Are you saying the cards that copy names or promos. Why did they even bother? This I'm looking forward to because I've been accidentally shitting on Nova Grapplers. Like, oh no, they weren't that good. They're kind of the bad ones, and then now apparently they get really good in this set. So I'm looking forward to that. Because we get Azure Dragon. Even though I think Azure Dragon is kind of whack, but it's probably a lot better than this. So you choose. Oh right, because you get the Persona Blast or whatever the fuck they called it back then. It was Persona Blast, right? If it hits, discard itself, Sand Tube, right? So you don't, since you're Persona Ride, it's kind of like whatever, and you kind of needed extra grade 3, so it's not so bad. It's not like how it was in Vanguard 0. I get you that clone's names, unbelievable. You can imagine this kind of fight this season where all jump cuts of him checking double crits because otherwise his deck was bad. Persona Blast, okay, yeah. I'm trying to remember what it was. So this was good, and then I think this was probably a good engine. I'm trying not to look too into it, but I guess I can now. When an attack hits a Vanguard and is boosted, you counterblast, put it to soul to stand a beast eating. And this says when it hits a Vanguard, if you have a Nova Grappler top 5 to add this, and then hold up, put it into your hand and put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Oh, interesting. That's kind of cool. You don't see that a lot. They have these random, I guess this is the new special intercept kind of thing that I have to talk about. The 7Ks that on hit, if you have a full board draw, I think it was. Is that in every nation? Because I know that came out for every nation eventually. Yeah, when it hits, if you have a bunch of rear guards, draw a card. Yeah, okay, cool. Then there's this thing, the Scarlet Bird. Same thing. Cool. That's cool though. You can do like deck stacking almost. Not that it really works out in this deck as well, but that's kind of cool. Oh yeah, and then it had these cards, right? The ones that return to hand. Okay, that's pretty cool. Because we're so incompetent. There's no heroes. What are you talking about? There's no hero cards. I mean, these guys? That's not a real deck, bro. Don't worry about that. Alright, you switch the risers. The superior Nova Grappler deck. Got Turbo Riser, which is pretty cool here. Then we got Grand Blue, which apparently got good again. Spikes took a little bit of a backseat until the next booster, which I have to figure out how I'm going to incorporate that. I always thought this heel trigger was really cool looking. Yeah, because then they get this mainly because of this, right? Because they didn't get Captain Night Kid, who just fucking look at top 10, right? Yeah, insane. Look at top 10, dip whatever. And the shitty ride chain. I think this is kind of yeah, this is kind of not bad, right? Because it's Soul Blast 2 to call something as opposed to Counter Blast, and this is a counter charger, right? Yeah. Oh wow, they got the boat. This looks really cool. Soul Blast 2. Oh, it's the same thing. It's just okay. Yeah, these are cool. I like these. But then Thanatos, right? He says on hit you CB. Oh no! Wow, it's actually different. I think in Vanguard 0 was like Counter Blast 2. So this is Counter Blast 1 retire itself when it hits. Then choose a Grand Blue card and call it. Yeah, that's solid. That's great. Good job. Good job with that one. Sake's arc with Tsukuyumi sucks, dear god. Buy the new Coco cards. You bugging. You didn't know that TCU Tsukuyumi was top tier for the whole era. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, the extra boosters were screwing you over. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna do those. I have a timeline of how I wanted to do this, but you guys get to see the script for episode 2, but that's already out. And my comments here on the side. Here we have a timeline here, right? But we already did this, so this next one is gonna be huge because I want to cover, not that it matters, the promo is whatever, right? There's not a lot to talk about. There's the 2 trial decks, right? And then there's set 6, but then there's also this stuff here, which is this booster is really important. And then that also takes into effect like this stuff. Whoops. The like Barco hit, which at least I talked about it in the previous video, so I kind of just have to mention that it happens now and like the aftermath of it. But yeah, this booster, I don't know what to do with them. I was originally gonna make them separate videos, but that's a lot. That's too many videos. And then I want to kind of squeeze it into this one, but this one's already gonna be massive because I was also gonna cover Cardfight Capital in this video. So that's gonna be Cardfight Capital, 2 trial decks, a booster, and an extra booster. That's a lot. That's gonna be a big ass video. I don't know about that. You suck. Get out of my face. This is a trial deck. At least the trial deck's not too crazy. I don't have to go into it in too detail, I think, but we'll see. What does this do? If I have both the other two, retire it. Have a grid and then ride it. Okay, that's not too bad. This is better than Spirit Exceed. Well, maybe not. And what does Whack Ass Kokaitis do? He gets or cock ass tits. He gets 5k on Limit Break. I have to explain Limit Break, right? So then I have to have a portion where I talk about Limit Break. Poof. And an on place, just call something for drop for Counterblast 2. You bugging, bro. You trash. Get out of here. Blue had a cohesive game plan. This Thanatos was a bit of a standout. Thanatos was a smart tech choice with Grand Blue Brick ride later on. 4 or 5 losing streak. 4 or 5. I don't know about that. Cavalry Israel Spectre Duke came out and goals became tier 0. No questions. With the child decks, you take out the triggers and throw out the rest in the trash. They were bad. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. At least this set is not that big, right? At the very least, that set is not too big. It doesn't cover too many. It doesn't have like a lot of new clans. I mean, it does. What am I talking about? It's like 4 new clans, right? Oh god. It's not this one. Okay, that's an extra. I always think this is an extra booster, but it's not. This one, right? Yeah, the Special Duke one. Get shadows before even shadows. It's so stupid. Yeah, because I even the set list, right? Like this is only 53 cards, and this is 100, which I think is more than what we had before. Because I know set 1 and set 2 had the same number. It was like, yeah, 92, 93. So now we have 125 cards. 3 new clans and 2 decks that actually become viable. So I got a lot to go over here, man. And then we got this here, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 clans. At least the royal stuff, I think, is kind of skippable. Or I mean, I'll talk about it, but I don't think there's anything crazy. OTT is nothing crazy here, at least for the time being. Shadows, whoops, has nothing. Absolutely nothing, I don't think. It's mainly just golds, right? Because they get fucking Spectral Duke, and Spectral Duke is apparently a big thing. Kagro, I know gets Lawbreaker. I've seen some Lawbreaker lists, so I guess this was something. And then Spikes get Dudley Emperor, so there's a lot to talk about here. With Dudley Emperor and the other Dudleys, we got Reckless Express, that's a big one. So we got a lot here, right? And Mega Colony, I don't think has anything. They have Master Beetle, but I don't think that does anything. Counterblast 3, bro. Limit Break 4, Counterblast 3. Who wrote these cards? When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to 2 of your opponent's rear guards, and it cannot stand. Counterblast 3 just to not restand? Who the hell is... you have... you need help. So they got their Special Intercept. I don't think we got this till like super late in Vanguard 0. I think this was like the thing that gets 10k on GB1 or whatever. This is Ignore Intercepts. Which, I mean, it works differently in this and 0 AM. This just gets 2k. Cool, great. Considering they had nothing before that, they really not really a cohesive game plan here. This is the... I can't believe they wasted... They actually gave him this crap. They have the Mosquito to Soul Charge. Is this on hit? Draw 1, draw discard. Yeah. This is just some starter. Then gave him a stand trigger. I don't even think they have triggers yet. They just gave him 1 trigger. It doesn't even have an effect. They have no triggers yet because they skipped it, so they don't even get triggers yet. All they got is 1 stand trigger and has no effect. Unbelievable. Oh man. Melancholy Domination came out before Melancholy had the first wave to make it playable. Yeah. Pelennor was good for one thing: the memes. Pelennor in this? Pellennor's not in this. Come on, Master Beetle for one reason, Jaffa. There's no Jaffa yet. Definitely we can cross clan. Yeah. That's what I was gonna get to. Like, there's no way you can play this by itself, which makes this kind of difficult, right? Because all of the counter-charging cards always say that you have to have the Vanguard from that nation. So this guy's kind of useless. So for cross clan stuff, the only real thing you can use is nothing, honestly. Like maybe this, right? Because this doesn't even have a restriction. It just says your opponent can't intercept. So this is the thing that you can actually play in like every deck, which is kind of funny. Oh wow, they printed 2 of them, except this one's a grade 1. And the special interest was whatever. Yeah, it's really just these 2 that you would play. Specifically talking out of this set. In JP, this wave came out after the first proper Mega Colony, right? Yeah. Because it's all out of order, so everything's all wonky. Yeah. So they just get the 1 sand trigger, but yeah. So that's a lot of decks to talk from this set. Like I have to talk about Angel Feather. I don't know if there's really a deck that can be played here. I guess spend some time on it. Gold Paladin, obviously. Narukami, I'll probably have to talk about it to a good extent. Noble Grappler, so that's basically each of these decks, right? So that's 5 decks I have to talk about. And then Mega Colony, there's nothing to talk about here. Royal Paladin, I don't think there's much to talk about here. I'll touch on it and show the cards, but I don't think I need to build a list for it and go into detail. Same thing for OTT at least. Same thing for Shadows. It'll just be gold again, but for this, right? Cogro, there is some Lawbreaker that I can talk about, and then Spikes. So that's like 8 decks that I gotta talk about in full. Ooh, man. So I have to like break it up, where on the first half of the video I talk about set 6, and on the final half I mention this set, because at least there's not too much to go here, but ugh. And just for the main build was the Mega Blast Hospital. That's the thing that hits you heal 5. It's not in this set though. Oh, he's not here. Unless it's this. Oh, it is this. Okay. Damage zone for each Angel Feather. If you hit a Vanguard, counter blast 5, soul blast 8, and then heal for each unit. That's insane. Kind of whack, but that's insane. This is probably a better win condition if you have anything that can put stuff into damage, which I don't think you do aside from those CLs. You have this, so like you can, yeah, it's really just like using this and this to power this up and your ponies, and that's really the only game plan you have. Unflipping to be able to use this, so this is maybe like a one-off. He can go eat shit. You play your no CLs, your PGs. Do you do anything? Put 2 Angel Feathers from your hand, put them into damage. We ride the other guy. And then put 2 from damage into hand. That does turbo this to an extent. And I think that's about it. So, yeah. Shadows gave them a usable boss monster because the Phantom Blasters suck. Shadows have no cards, bro. What are you talking about? Shadow is 2 cards. There's no Shadow Paladin up to this point. They got introduced in this set, in which case they got 2 cards. Shadows is in a deck. What do you mean? They're not a deck yet. Unless this does the thing like it did in Vanguard 0, where this counts as a Shadow Paladin card, or however it was. Yeah, because I think this and this and this and this were gold. Well, yeah, Shadow Paladin cards also. But here they're just Gold Paladin. So there's no Shadow cards. There's just 2 of them. Angels didn't focus on that. Yeah, I doubt they would try and do this. I don't think any deck even ever focused on Mega Blast aside from Mr. Invincible or Mr. Overlord, I should say. It was heavy Urgoldiel focus. Yuck. Why would you? Yuck. I would much rather just run this and go and just try and buff up this and the horses. But whatever. It's not about what I would play. It's what we were playing at the time, I guess. Mega Blast, bro. What did we just say? No one was playing Mega. This one, right? It just gets. What does he get? To the end of the game, this unit gets a crit. And it gets 10k, 10k or 1k, just 1k for each gold palette. Yeah, no. Yeah. I was about to. When I was reading this guy, I was like, fuck. You have to ride into this dweeb to then power up these things, unfortunately. Does the grade 1 do the same thing? Which is this one, right? Yeah, it does the same thing. That's so lame that you have to go into just for that. And then CB2 heal, and then try to finish off the game with this, maybe. What a bad taste in my mouth. But you have to play like max copies of this to be able to use the skill too, because it's Counter Blast 2 and Persona Blast, and there's no like searcher for him aside from him like going to damage. But I still gotta dedicate a bunch of time to Angel Feather, just because it's a new clan, but also it yeah, because of how it works mechanically. Excuse me. I think about Nociel Gize never got translated to 0. What do you mean Nociel Gize? I had the same problem as the elephant chain. You needed the ponies already on board. Oh, right. It activates on ride. That's right. Even worse, on top of that, you also needed something that retires and keep 2 rear guards on board. Yeah. Yep. I'm forgetting because I'm thinking of the buffed elephant in 0, where they actually buffed it so you call a card from hand and then activate the skill, which is pretty funny. But all right. Hold on, let me just do my drugs. We're almost at actually 1,000 subs, and I said once we reach 1,000 I get to do my drugs on stream. So we're almost there. You guys can see what my drugs looks like, I guess. Where is the camera? Turn that off. But until then, I would do my drugs off screen. So I can't get bombed by YouTube for doing drugs on stream. Except I have no water. So I guess I'll just die. Alright, well, either way. I was gonna say that's gonna do it for tonight. We'll see what we do Thursday. I guess maybe Thursday we'll actually test Shiranui if it actually shows up. If not 3 days, maybe we'll do a double testing day. I don't know. I also have to start practicing for BCS. So we'll see what happens Thursday, if I even stream Thursday. I know I haven't been doing the Thursday streams as often. I do know next week Tuesday there will be no stream, because I'll be at a work thing, so I just can't stream. But till then, take care everyone. Take care of yourselves and each other. Play Vanguard and have yourselves a damn good one. And thank you everyone for stopping by. Thanks Matt, Ek, and Zaro for stopping by and telling me about how bad these cards are. And yeah, the next I'm aiming for the next retrospective to be by the end of the month, hopefully, but we'll see. But till then,